dropping out. I'll be in comms box if anyone DNFs and wants to jump on comms.
Yeah, no worries. I'll catch you after anyway.
Yeah, I'll be back in after.
Alright, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Hello and welcome to Rapid Pixel Racing GP2. We are round 12 in Spain, just waiting for the drivers to ready up, and whilst they do that I need to swap my screens around. There we go. Can't actually see what they're doing now, so we'll go back to that screen. Yep, they are enough in and readying up. We are waiting on a couple of drivers to join who hopefully will join late. Invites have been sent out for a while. So whilst we wait, we'll cut the standings up on screen. So Johnny Stokes commanding lead out in front, 225 points, 77 clear of Andreas in second. Frenzy sitting in third. James out in fourth, Lister in fifth, Hobo in sixth, Scotty in seventh, Evan in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Zodak in 10th, Carl in 11th, Wumax 12th, Pedro, who's dropped to reserve, is in 13th, tied with Venom, Speedy in 15th, Ashwin in 16th, Matty in 17th, UK Demon in 18th, Decky has dropped to reserve, and Night Sniper in 19th. So the two drivers drop into reserve. Pedro has been replaced by Hepburn, and Decky has been replaced by Moyland, who's decided to go back racing after a couple of months break. So I'm on my own for comms at the moment. But we wish Moyland all the luck. He's going to need it. He's in a Red Bull, so I'm sure he'll enjoy that. So in constructors, Aston Martin absolutely smashing it out in front. They've got a 135 point lead over AlphaTauri in second. McLaren hot on the heels of AlphaTauri though in third place. Then it's a 114 point drop back to Haas in fourth. Alfa Romeo sits fifth, Alpine in sixth, Mercedes in seventh, Williams in eighth, Ferrari in ninth, and Red Bull without any points on the board at the moment sitting in 10th. Thank you, Hobo. Dry weekend, so I'm sure that will make everything interesting. Wait, it's Spain. Let's put the S in pain, and we are at Spain. Where's that? The links everywhere. So we have got people out on track. Lister first out onto track. There was a bit of discussion last week after the race. Good luck trying manual. Hopefully it works out for you. If it does work this time, it'll be a weird issue that it won't work in your TTFL race, but we will see. But as I was saying, a bit of a discussion regarding assists after last week's race. Over rev the engine. Yeah, rev the tits off of it, Hobo. Lister last week saying that he may try a different traction control setup to see if it does make any difference to the lap times. Be interesting to see, and I'll speak to him after the race to find out if he did try it and what he felt. So Hobo did try over and under revving the engine. I need to turn my mic down because that's spiking a bit too much. Let's bring it down to there, and it seems a better level. For everyone will be looking forward to F123, where its final section reverts back to what was the old layout. Give a much better run onto the start-finish straight. So no ERS for Lister on that lap, and was a 1:21.0 on the hard tyre. Both Alfa Romeos coming round, a 20.6 for Evan, Kyle with a 20.0, Mrs. Cole does a 19.6 to go to the top. Frenzy retiring in the pit as Frenzy does. So if no one new joins into the lobby, everyone will be through as long as they get a lap on the board. So Hepburn with a 21.6. The tyre detail. So Kyle, Lister, Evan on the hards, Hepburn and Scarito on the mediums, Mrs. Cole on the softs, Moyland on his way for an outlap in the Red Bull on the hards, Zodak on his lap, just getting past his teammate. Speedy going out on the into, James Al going out on the into as well. We'll stay with Zodak though as he comes around the final corner, run to the line, no ERS, DRS open, a 22.2, sits him in 9th. As I say, everyone will be through. Moreland still on an outlap. Starting his outlap. We'll stay with Hobo and see how his gearbox behaves. He dives into the pits. Rev third gear hard there, but I don't know if that was a deliberate rev or if the box won't change up again. Final chicane. Big kick of Hobo still having issues with his paddles. Oh, I think that's a message to Thrustmaster. We'll see if it is a warranty job. Annoying because you'll have to obviously send the wheel off. Or even a trawl through Google, see if it's a common issue. It's worse now. Yeah, I'll remember after the race. I'll have a Google to see if it's a known issue, see if there's a straightforward, easy fix, or if it is something more involved. Speedy on those inters, back end stepping out as he comes around turn 12. Into the final chicane, keeps it off that sausage curb of death. Crosses the line, 23.7, puts him in 9th. Just ahead of James House. Scarito does a 22.9 to go into 9th. Connie Stokes a 37.8, sitting in the pits. Max is on track on the mediums, just coming out the final corner now. Across the line, 20.6, takes him into 7th. So Mrs. Cole in pole for this second. Evan Moylan did a 19.8 to jump into 3rd. Carl in 4th on a 20.0. Lister on the 20.1 in 5th. Hepburn in 6th. Rumax in 7th. Burrito in 8th. Zodak sitting in 9th. Scotty in 10th. I'd imagine he's pushing more on this second lap. Scotty seeming to liking. Seeming to go for an out lap, a steady lap, and then going for a push lap. It doesn't look like he's any energy, even though he was half a second up. Saved the tyres, stayed in 10th, Speedy 11th, James in 12th. Johnny Stokes is back out for another run. As it stands, doesn't need to do another run, but we'll stay with Johnny. Follow the Aston round. Up through sector 1. Left hander of 5. Technically that's turn 6. It's flat out through 7 and 8. Just a long right hander of 9, and then a revised layout for 10. Long left hander, hangs it out wide, puts it back for the second apex, then tight on the inside through 11. Into the chicane. It is going to be a big improvement from Johnny. I didn't look at what his sector time 2 was. Crosses the line on the hards, a 19.9 takes him up into 4th. Good time from Johnny there. Rito's invalidated. Rumax not deploying. Just stay out. So 19.8 from Rumax moves him up into 4th place. Hepburn's invalidated his current lap. Scarito looks to be pushing. 2/10 up through sector 1 for Scarito. Makes his way round turn 4. Moreland feeling comfortable and retiring in the pits. Carl following suit. End of sector 2, Scarito half a second up. No ERS deployment. He's not pushing too hard. Into the chicane. Oh, stop yawning. I think you've had a busy day. Out the final corner, crosses the line at 21.9. Lost 3/10 in the final sector. That does move him up into 9th. Scotty's lost it out of turn 7. That's a DNF for Scotty. So Scotty won't be making it through to Q2. I'm now eagerly waiting to see Terry in the chat laughing. And there we are, right on cue. As I'm flicking through a different screen to see if Terry's actually in the chat, otherwise I was going to ping him a message on Discord. But I don't need to. So, Hobo's back out on track. Let's put the telemetry on. Let's see how that gearbox behaves, or if he has opted to go for the auto box. Final corner. Oh, I'd say he's on the auto box now. We'll wait for confirmation after this run. Through sector 1. Oh, of course he's up through sector 1. He hasn't set the time yet. 5 through 6. Into the left hander 7. Down the long right hander 9. Get this launched nicely to have to run down to 10. Apex off the curb on the inside. It's all about avoiding those sausage curbs. Keeps it tidy, run to the line, almost losing the back out of the final corner. A 19.6 for Hobo takes him up into 3rd. Top 3 all on 19.6s. Mrs. Cole on the softs, Evan and Hobo on the mediums. It's 2/10 back to Moreland and Womax. 10th again to Johnny. 10th to Carl. 10th to Lister. Half a second back to Hepburn, who is on the lap but is invalidated. Second, 1.3 seconds back to Scorito, 3/10 to Zodak, 2.5 to Speedy, but Speedy setting his time on the inters. James Aldous a 10th behind. Demon's retired in the pit, so everyone's top 14 are through. Scotty won't make it through because of that DNF. Terry won't let him forget about that DNF. I hope you've had a productive week. So Womax takes provisional pole, well, takes pole in this session, a 19.5 on the medium. In the dying moments. We'll go 3/10 down in sector 1. No deployment this time around. He's just trying to see if he can get that wheel working. Already texted him. Yeah, we'd love to see it again. Zoda. No more speeding tickets this week for you, Terry. What shall I say for your missus? Oh, yeah, but scroll through those just to confirm the end of that session. We'll be saying goodbye to Scotty and Frenzy. They've now got half an hour to sit and watch everyone else. No, good boy now. I'll tell you, the worst ones are the bloody average cameras. They pain in the arse. I nearly got caught myself earlier this week. On the way back from work, got onto the A1, normally a 70 mile an hour bit of road, but they're redoing central reservation, so it's 40 on average cameras all the way along the stretch I was on. I looked at the speedo and realised I was doing 50. I was wondering why I was going past everyone. I was sat there doing 50 and it was like, oh. Drop it down to 20 for the last half a mile before the final camera. Hopefully get away with that. So here we are, Q2. We'll be losing 4 at the end of this session. Good run out of the pits. Hepburn out in front of the queue. So we'll stay with Hepburn. So back as a full-time driver in the Williams. Previously a full-time driver last season. Out the final corner comes Hepburn, DRS open. See what he can do. Mercedes on the way out of the pits, keeping out of the way though. Right hand up, oh, stop you all in. That's it out. Comes the curb. I've not got lap data on, so I can't see his split. There we go. Let's get rid of that menu. Can't see that. Hobo keeping fairly close behind. That's Hepburn invalidates out of the right-hander of 9. Jump to Hobo. 52.6 through sector 2 for Hobo. Oh, we've not been on that this week. We're on, well, more what would be our day job. We've got 4 blocks of flats in Biggleswade. So 19.2 for Hobo to go provisional pole at 19 to 3 thousandths difference between Hobo and Moyland. Moyland just stealing provisional pole in the second there. Lister does a 20.6. We've got one of the flats in Biggleswade that we're on at the minute, but they're Metsec flats, so it's resilient bar, or fiberglass resilient bar, double sound block ceilings to do fire and sound seal, and the same on party walls, as that's Lister out of qualifying, coming round turn 4, loses the back end and it just throws him to the inside wall. Luckily the car stayed well off track, so Lister won't be making it through. Johnny Stokes 19.6 into 4th. This is Cole 20.1 in 5th. James at 20.3 sitting in 6th. Hepburn just on his way back out. Carl still in the pits. Speedy guessing on an outlap. Scorito does a 19.0 to take pole. Yeah, the wonderful thing about the site we're on though, Terry, we can only get 3 pallets of boards delivered at a time, and as soon as they've delivered, they've got to be loaded in because it's a block. Well, I think there's 4 blocks, 60 flats in total, and absolutely no room to move. So we get 3 pallets of boards delivered, and they've got to be loaded in. Loading's not too bad for the first floor, because they've left a window and section out so we can walk them fairly straightforwardly in. But the ground floor's horrendous because we've got to fight round the scaffold. Because it's Metsec, it's all got to be bricked up on the outside, skinned. But lots of boarding, lots of tape and jointing. Speedy with a 52.1 through sector 2, making his way around 12. I'm not a decorator, I'm a dry liner. Don't have time for cups of tea. Our gaffer's only worried about getting the spreads in. Obviously there's a lot of work going to Metsec flats. We've got to do all the party walls, build the internal walls, board the internal walls once it's plumbed and wired, then drop in the metal ceiling. So we've not actually completed a flat yet because they keep changing the spec, and the project manager's on site every day and is an absolute twat. There's a TikTok going around at the moment that shows the Prime Minister and the new First Minister for Scotland having a discussion. And if you've seen that TikTok, that happened on site, except it was, I'll go with the Prime Minister versus our Romanian tackers, and he was losing his head with them because they got down from, they were on the Minimax boarding ceilings, and he said, whilst you're on the Minimax you don't have to wear your hard hat, but when you're walking round all the blocks of all the plots, you have to have a hard hat on. They'd literally just got off the Minimax and putting the board up, didn't have their hard hat on, and he lost his head. Luckily our supervisor was on site and we told him to go and actually see what was going on, because it sounded like our Romanian tackles were about to put him in the ground. It was quite funny, but at the same time a bit annoying, because he's just turned round and gone, everyone's got to wear hard hats at all times. So when did Speedy pop in with an 18-2? I was distracted. So Speedy sitting provisional pole and retired in pits. Carl on an 18-2, sitting in second. Scarito in third. Moyland in fourth. Hobo fifth. Evan fifth. Just coming out to go for another run. I don't think you need to go for another run, really, but Zodak 7th, Rumax 8th, Johnny in 9th, looks to be pushing on this lap as well. So out the final corner for Johnny, this is going to be an improvement, only by 10, so 19.5, does move him up into 7th. James now drops into the knockout zone in 11th with a 19.8. Lister, Hepburn. Lister we saw DNF. Hepburn has either retired in the pits or DNF'd. Yep, Hepburn's DNF'd. Demons retired in the pit, so it's just James out in the knockout zone. We'll need to get back out to try and get through into Q1, Q3 even. So that's Wumax currently in the danger zone on his way out. Zodak's on an out lap. Tyres. So Wumax going for the softs. Kyle cruising. Sorry, I got distracted again. Carl retiring in the pit, so James still sitting in the pits. Only back in the pits now. Evan half a second up through sector 2. Can put him into the 18.9s. Squirrely on the exit of the final corner. Crosses the line, and 19.0 moves Evan up into third. We've got Scarito retiring in the pits. Zodak not pushing this lap. Rumax crosses the line, takes 2/10 of his time, stays 7th though with a 19.5. I've got time to go for another run. He's got the fuel so he can save the ERS. Rossi going straight for a push lap. 700's up on sector 1. Does look like he's still pushing. Zodak just coming round to start his run now. James still in the pits. No movement at the minute from the Aston garage. It's coming to the end of sector 2 now. Best part of 6/10 up through sector 2, so this is going to push him up the order. James and Johnny going to start thinking about coming out. There is an Aston on the way out, and that is James. As Womax comes round the final corner, crosses the line, and 18.2 jumps up into second place. So James is on the way out. Zodak half a second down through sector 2 for Zodak. Needs to find something in that runs off through the right hander of 12. Hasn't got the fuel to go for another run. Hobo retiring in the pit. James driver at risk. Zodak into the pits. James will have time to get this lap in. James needing to find just 3/10 to get through to Q3 on the soft tyre this time around. Max retiring from the second. Moylan not actually able to start the lap his car was on. Jumped into AI on the soft, so it's going to wear the softs even under AI control. So half a second up for James through sector 1. He is still pushing. 8/10 up through sector 2. Puts him 19.0 up into about 4th. Expect him to have some more gains through sector 3 on that soft tyre. Through the chicane. Through the final corner now. A little twitch on exit, and 18.7 puts him into P4. Puts him through into Q3. So at the end of Q2, we'll be saying goodbye to Zodak, Lister, Hepburn and Demon. Evan, Moyland, Hobo, Johnny all making it through on the hard tyre. So now plenty of softs available for Q3. Random laugh in the background there. Update on Evan first out onto track in Q3. Looks like we're getting company for comms. Hopefully. So Evans invalidated. Carl next on track. So 22-1 for Carl through sector 1. Runs up to the right hander.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Not bad, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. I am through GP2, yes. Yeah, it looks like it's... Well, the audio looks like it's going out properly.
Oh, okay, cool.
How have you been?
What we got is Spain. Yeah, I've been good, mate.
The pain in Spain.
Yeah.
I had a mare here on Monday.
Did you?
Yeah, mostly not anything to do with the actual race, just the joys of having children.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Always brings so much joy into your life.
They do. I don't begrudge them. I'll tell you the message. I'll tell the stream as well, in case anyone was wondering what went on, because the whole lobby all got messed up Monday. Basically, my 16-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Someone threatened to stab her.
Oh, that's delightful.
And then she doesn't live with her, she lives with her nan.
Yeah.
But she decided the best thing to do was to go with some of her friends and confront this person.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The stupidity of 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
So that was all going on during, because on a Monday we run practice. So that was all going on during that, and I was messaging her and telling her to go back to her nan's.
Yeah.
And then basically said to her, don't do it, knowing full well she was still going to go and do it, but said if things start going wrong, just call me, message me, and I'll get there. So I got the message of, I need you, come quick, and I just did the dad thing. And when I got back, I said to the guys that were in the chat, it's like, yeah, the one good thing about having a CSCS card, when you arrive somewhere, and I think the term I used was I arrived with pace to find police. So I got there as fast as I could. It may have included exceeding the speed limit a lot in a lot of places. rocked up and stamped on the brake and came to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And I picked up what I had taken from my tool bag.
Yeah.
Saw the police and then dropped it into the footwell. But
Yeah.
when they came over to speak to me, it was like, "What's that doing there?" Oh, it fell out of my kit bag. Look, here's my CSCS card. I do have an excuse to have one. Yeah, the joys of teenagers and the complete stupidity of teenagers nowadays, and when they send things like that to people.
Yeah, I'm lucky I'm not at that stage yet. I've got a few more years left, but I'm not looking forward to it. I got a couple of cousins who are teenagers, and I'm just like, oh god, when my daughter gets to that age, mate.
I think it's worse having daughters.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, I mean, I have a daughter, obviously, but she's only 6, so I don't. She's a pain. She can be a pain in the douche as it is. But how the world's going and how kids are growing up now. Like I look at like teenagers now, and I'm like, I don't remember being like that. I'm like, what the hell was like? Why? What the youth today up to? In comparison.
James, if that's all she wanted to do, that'd be fine. I can deal with that. I can deal with alcohol. I can deal with smoking. I've told my middle child, my other daughter's 14, and has had this thing for a little while of talking about illegal drugs. And I've told her the only rule is, if you've got some, you have to share.
Yeah.
If I catch you with some and you've not offered me it, then you're in trouble. If you bring some home and you offer me a bit, then me and you, we can sit and we can chill out. We just won't tell your mum.
Yeah, that's it.
So, at the minute, Evan in provisional pole with a 17.5, Moyland in second, 17.6, Carl in third on a 17.7, Hobo up in fourth on a 17.8 with possibly a playing up wheel.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't upshift you in TTFL. He ended up having to put it in auto.
Well, that's unfortunate because his wheel isn't that old, but I guess it gets quite a lot of usage.
Yeah, I've told him to. I'll have a look after the races if there's a common problem with them. That is Nevo on the chat, James.
Quickly brushing up on the old corners of Spain because I've not commentated on Spain in a while.
Oh, they're all horrendous.
Oh, I know they all suck, but at least I want to know the number of them. But we've got currently on board of Max. Oh shit, I haven't actually got any. Let's check Max at the end of sector 2, see what he's going to put in. I'm up to turn 7 and 8 right now.
He was a second and a half down in sector 1.
Was okay. Should be coming up to just start sector 3 just after this, while he's on the run down to turn 10. Yeah, he's 2 seconds down. Let's not stay on that without. I'm assuming this is Mr. Carl.
It's Mrs. Carl.
Mrs. Carl, okay. So Mrs. Carl on the run down now to turn 10. We'll check the sector time, see if she's improving or not. Oh, she is. She's almost half a second up on the time. She's going pretty good. See her coming now around turn 12. Nicely done up the hill and a run down to turn 13. Nicely navigated again. Come through this little crappy bit. I thought they changed this.
They've changed it this year in
Okay.
the real one, so we should get the change next year in the game.
Okay, so Miss Cole did improve by almost 9/10 of a second, but wasn't enough to pip Max into 7th, so she stays 8th. We've got obviously James Outlapp as well. He's got a little bit to go. Well, 3/4 of a lap to go. Moylan's currently on the lap, coming around the final couple corners now.
Hobo just
Not sure if
at
he's
the
up or
final
down.
corner was 3/10 up. Loses a 1/10.5, so stays 4th.
6/10 down on that lap time there, so that's not going to be an improvement. So unless he's going to go again with the fuel change, which looks like he does. Maybe he backed out of that a little bit. Just think he's off the charge.
Down to 6% ERS, so he's not got the battery to go for another one. Speedy up into 2nd with the 17.6.
Moylan is 2,000ths or 200ths down on his time currently, so I don't think Moylan will be able to do anything like save a tiny little bit of battery.
On with Evan coming to the end of sector 1 now, just through turn 3. So he's a 10th up, so he is improving.
Hobo's invalidated, he'll be fuming about that. Johnny Stokes is currently a 10th up on his time at the moment, as he's about to come through turn 9.
Speedy was going for a trip through the gravel on the exit of turn 9.
I wondered who's kind of, I couldn't see it from the camera angle, right? Cool, Johnny Stokes is getting really out wide there, coming through turn 11. Just going around turn 12 and a run up to turn 13. I wonder if Johnny's going to improve. Oh, yeah. I mean, he could improve enough. He was a 10th up at that time, which wouldn't get him any positions whatsoever, but he might be able to gain a little few. He's coming around turn 16 now on the run down to the line. What's it going to be? It takes pole position with a 117.3, but it's only technically provisional. Almighty Evan has invalidated though, so it looks like it will be pole position actually overall. After all, sorry, for Johnny.
Unless
James is a second. It was a second and a bit up on his time there. Is that going to be enough? 117.9. It's enough to lift him to 7th. Nice little time there from James to get himself up there at the end. Really nice time from Johnny to take pole away from Evan.
He must have had a horrendous final sector on his first run.
Yeah, he must have. I mean, because he was only like, well, after the first sector, he was just almost 2 tenths up. And the fact that he ended up gaining that much time, he gained what, probably like, what was it, like 6-7 tenths coming through? Probably like most of that, probably half a second in that last sector, I reckon. That's pretty crazy. Is there only 10 tonight?
This is Q3, so you've missed
I was just
Q1
thinking,
and 2.
yeah. I was just checking, yeah. That's cool.
Where's he gone? Oh, I didn't want that. I wanted that one. So he took 2/10 out of sector 1, 3/10 out of sector 2, only a 10th out of sector 3 for Johnny's improvement.
I did miss the sector 2 time, to be fair. I didn't think he gained. But so say sector 2 had a poor sector 2 in his first lap. Improved in every sector anyway, but wasn't enough to get in pole position. Johnny's quite dangerous from pole.
Yeah, just remind Nevo that Astons are OP this season. Quali pace is different to race consistency. The Astons have been, they are a very strong pairing.
Yeah, I mean Johnny's fast, and James, I do find, doesn't qualify as well, but in the races always finds a way to be really good in the races. I haven't obviously watched much of the season, it's just from what I remember.
They're both, well, Johnny's got outstanding pace in GP2.
Yeah.
James has got the pace as well on the right tracks, but then when it comes to the actual race, they're both so consistent, it's unlikely they're not both on the podium.
Yeah, I always find Johnny's very dangerous when he's out in front. Like, he's still quick when he's chasing and stuff, but I feel like when he's out in front and can get a bit of a gap, he's probably one of the hardest people to try and catch. He's in that groove and just doesn't have to worry about anything. He just fucking gets the job done really bloody well.
So Johnny going for the mediums, Evan on the hards, Speedy medium, Moyland, Kyle, Hobo on the hards, James and Rumax medium, Mrs. Carl on the hard, Scarito medium, Zodak and Lister on the hard, Hepburn medium, Demon hard, Scotty medium, and Frenzy hard. So mixed bag of strategy as well.
Would I like to see someone try the softs? Would I like to see someone try to choose them? I still think there'll be a safety car. So I still think this will completely change. So, but yeah, there's quite an even split actually. There's a couple more hards I would say, but obviously Johnny just trying to look like he wants to pull that gap straight away and just try and pull away in front. Speed is trying to be the person to try and hit Evan, trying to stick with Johnny, and then you've got Warren, Carl and Hobo going playing the long game there. James is looking for the early pace as well.
I think it's highly likely to be a safety car around there.
Yeah, it's unlikely that you do spring and don't get a safety car.
It is a shame that this game, the strategy is always going to be either medium hard or hard medium, unless you've got a late safety car and when everyone will come in and chuck a set of softs on.
Yeah, this game's just pretty rubbish in it, let's face it. Bad in like so many ways.
Moreland can't plant.
Disqualified, can't break.
Typical BMW driver.
Typical guy from Sheffield. Unbelievable. Who's that? Oh, how's that?
I think that's Mrs. Cole.
It was Mrs. Scott, wasn't it? It's gonna keep giving me rubbish angles from the sides of this game. It's so bad.
I can hear them all going. The lights are out, but they're all still set. Oh, there we go. Now
there they
move.
go. Let's try and get different movements. Oh, there we go. But it looks like he's got quite a good start. Speedy is on the outside though, going on into turn one. Speedy has managed to get the jump on Evan.
James out off into fourth.
Yeah, already those mediums giving that extra bit of traction. Very, very powerful off the start there. Like I said, Speedy's pipped Evan and now James Earl is fighting with Evan currently. Holding the inside line coming around, so I think it's turn 4.
On the outside for 5. Gets the drive out of the corner though. Compromises Evan a little. It's going to be under a bit of pressure from Moyland as they come through 7 and 8. Can Moyland find anything on the run between 9 and 10? Evans still trying to find a way back past James.
Oh, I had to slow down a little bit there, and it's given one a little bit of a sneak peek up the outside, but just turns into the inside line, coming around turn 12, and he's going to get the exit right. He does. He gets a nice little exit coming down to turn 13, and I think that's going to be Moyland's position there, and it is nicely done by Moyland there. Evan was fighting so hard with James out, it just cost him a little bit with that. It was slow down that he had going through turn 10. It cost him the place to Moyland there. And now Hobo's sniffing Evan up for the opening.
This has made it up into 8th after the start. Good recovery after his DNF during quali. He's gained a couple of places.
It's just exactly the thing that they you're seeing Johnny out in front by like 1.4 seconds now already. This is the last thing anyone's going to want to see. It'll be the last thing that like people like Moyland. I mean, James Allen might not be too bothered because he's his teammate, but Mr. James is still going to win. But you see that gap just increasing the front, and once Johnny starts pulling away, it's the last thing you want.
To be fair,
you can't let Johnny get his groove.
James has been a very good team player.
Oh, and who was that? It was Evan. He's lost it on the exit of turn 9. So easy to do, and I think we're going to see us play a safety car, aren't we?
We are.
We are. There we go. called it. I didn't expect it to be lap 2, but so easy to do around that corner, especially on this game. It was easier than some of the other games, but this game especially. The traction is so low. But here we go. I wonder if anyone. I don't think anyone's going to change after one lap. There's no point. It's so early.
Only possibility of being back in the pack. Everyone. No, it's too soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so early. If we were talking maybe not even that many more laps, maybe like lap 8 or something like that, 8 to 10-ish, maybe you could see someone go hard to the end. Although, I mean, Frenzy's pitting.
Frenzy.
He's going for mediums.
Frenzy's Frenzy, he always pits randomly on the safety car.
Yeah. Gonna move to the mediums. Well, obviously get a free pit stop pretty much, but he has lost a couple of places. But moving a fresh set of tyres kind of puts him back in sync with the leaders, I suppose, with that medium set of tyres. Johnny's little gap that he built up has been absolutely decimated already because of the safety car, so he'll have to be on it from the start. And I feel like Speedy could be susceptible for a restart. Speedy can't, I feel like he's a bit 50-50 at restart. Sometimes he's absolutely on the ball, he's incredible, and other times he's not quite on it, and they lose his places. I know for a fact that James Dale will be hounding him on that restart.
It's going to depend when Johnny decides to launch it. I know where I think he'll launch it, which is right on the exit of that chicane.
Yeah.
Because everyone behind is going to be held up trying to get through the chicane in the queue.
Yeah. You do have a bit of advantage actually around Spain, being in first for a safety car. It's because you have that little bit of extra. You can go and people still kind of turn in that corner. So you kind of just naturally gain a bit of time. You could try and catch people out and go a little bit before as well, but it's not as good usually. But many people are like swerving and ripping up their tyres going through.
Womack's into the pits. No, Womack's round on the start-finish straight.
Okay.
Very strange.
And mediums as well, that's a bit odd. Shouldn't have lost him that badly. They should have been alright. So we've got Moyland and Hobo on the hards, Hepburn up into 6th on those mediums. So Hepburn's gained quite a few places. Being on those medium tyres too, might be thinking this restart, making a challenge on Hobo and even Moyland.
It's not actually that much wear difference between the medium and the hards at this point. I know we've only had one real lap of racing.
Yeah. Yeah, the mediums have still been very good at this time. The mediums go. I can't remember. I can't remember who it was that took the mediums around this. Was it around Spain? Like it was like 20 laps or something. It was something ridiculous.
They can be dragged out.
Yeah, they can.
In this lap.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Everything's clear. Nothing left to track him. Oh, who was that? Okay, that might sort of bit. I just saw a car randomly just veering off the track. Connection thing.
Was it a house?
It was a house, yeah.
I think I know what that would have been. Need to work with them to try and figure out why that is.
Zodak.
No, it's Mrs. Cole. Her connection seems to be dropping yet. Cole's on Monday was fine.
Gone. So they've
with
restarted.
him.
Yes, oh no, he's gone. Who's that? That's Moyland. Moyland didn't get the warmth, the heat into those hard tyres, and he's round on the restart. He's down to 11th, 12th, 13th, maybe even 14th. Is he going to get the speed up? Frenzy's gone for the slipstream on him. So I think Moyland actually might keep that position over Frenzy. He has indeed. Frenzy's
lost
no fresh set of mediums.
place.
Yeah, and he's going to have no grip on those tyres. What a poor restart from Moyland. Oh no! And there's a crash between Scotty and UK Demon. Oh no, I don't know. They are both out. Another safety car already. I mean, this could save Moreland massively.
It's not called it for a safety car. I'd have expected it to call it straight away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a worse crash than what we just saw. But it's in a different part of the track, and the cars have already gone past them, so obviously nothing going on.
No, there it is.
Oh no, there it is. Really late. Okay, it's called it early enough for people to maybe want to pit if they want to. It's still early though. We're talking lap 5. Like, it's still a bit too early. The medium tyres are going to be good, and if anything, you can extend these. I mean, softs are pretty bad, but you could maybe extend it to get onto those softs, possibly. If you can get to, like, what, 23? Do 10 on soft, but even 10 on softs put a bit more scale, really. There we go, Johnny's going to have to do another restart.
Scotty will be happy to see the back of Spain 2 DNFs in 5 days.
Really?
And that's coming from his brother-in-law. Who, when Scotty DNF'd during qualifying tonight, as soon as it happened, I said, I had a look on Streamlabs to see if Kerry was in the chat. It was like, I'm just waiting for Kerry to message laughing. And as I said it, it came through. It's like, yep. Perfect timing.
Hobo still up in 4th. Top 3 are still the same. Johnny in 3rd, Speedy in 2nd, James Owl in 3rd. Burton in 5th. Nothing's really changed that much other than obviously going being at the back now after the pit. Going for a set of mediums this time. So, but they are fresher again. It's tough. It's tough to see, to kind of try and call like strategy. I mean, obviously everyone that's not at the pit or anything is going to be on what they were probably going to go for, but it's already been 2 safety cars. Well, then is it capped at 3? It's capped at 3 safeties, isn't it?
5, I think. 5 physicals.
5 physicals.
So there's still time for more.
It'd be nice to see one later on though, rather than you know,
you don't want them all
between lap 2
every other lap.
That's it. Get a restart. Someone's got cold tyres, spins and crashes or something. I think Werner's probably hoping that these mediums heat up a bit quicker. He's just come back to league races as well. He's feeling good about it, finding his love for the game a little bit again, and he's had a race like this so far. He's
he has just taken full-time seat on GP1 and GP2.
Has he?
So he had that break, did a bit of comms for both GP1 and 2. Did a couple of races. I think GP2 it's helped because we've gone crossplay.
Yeah.
So we can run on the PC. Although he was saying earlier tonight, when he first started on the PC again, he thought it felt better. But then Monday he ran on the PS5 because GP1's not crossplay.
Yeah.
And he was saying he didn't actually think there was that much of a difference between the two, if any. So
in terms of the actual racing, there shouldn't be too much of a difference in the game to the game. It would just be like graphics and things like that, which depending on the computer you've got, it should run smoother. It should run smoother.
Yeah, there's an argument that you will base the data transfer rate, so your feedback's faster on a PC than console, but I don't think it would be that different, really. Although saying that, I find when I run on iRacing, the feedback feels completely different.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's just iRacing.
That's something that's built as a true sim. This is
that's it.
Arcade game, really.
Yeah, they need to make it more similar.
So, safety car in this lap. They've been coming in quite quick all night tonight. We had a couple in Imola that came in after one lap.
really.
Once
I mean, it was quite good.
together.
Johnny's gone again. Speedy's kept with him again. Hobo's actually in third position, but didn't lost that a smidge to Speedy, just a little bit. Not really caught napping, but not right on the back of him, and he's actually under pressure on Hepburn, who's on those quick and medium tyres.
How
So this
did
could be
James
interesting.
end up in 5th? He was running 3rd when this came out.
Well, I thought that too, and I kind of expected to see James behind Hobo, then I saw Hepburn, so he's obviously been caught out on that restart. Maybe got a really poor drive, but he has managed to get past Hepburn relatively easily there as well.
It'd be interesting to watch Hobo v Speedy. They had a moment at Imola earlier in TTFL.
When he's battling Rumax coming through turn 5 and now 6, into 7 and 8. He's got the job done with Rumax there. He's going to try and carve his way through the field on those fresh set of mediums. Should have a bit of extra pace. Just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction. Lost the gap between Johnny and Speedy now, 6/10 of a second, so I'm going to pull out too much. Speedy's keeping him honest. Got Hobo there doing really well for pace, considering those hard tyres as well from the restart.
Hobo's had
what's this?
surprising pace.
Oh, Zoe that's round.
I say surprising is the wrong word, but he's carried a lot of pace in GP2.
Probably got Lexi racing for him. She's much quicker.
He's got Danny steering and this is doing the wheels.
Yeah, that's it.
Doing
He's
the
doing
wheels.
pedals. Oh yeah, that's it. That's that. Moylan and Mrs. Carl. It's Moylan's off again. Oh no, he's round as well. Trying to get back on. I saw him battling with Mrs. Carl, and he's obviously been on the outside there. It kind of catches you out this corner. You think you've got it around the outside, and you just end up going deeper and deeper.
He's got all that work to do again. The front 6 has opened up a healthy gap back to Mrs. Colo in 7th.
Yeah, they have indeed. Speedy's still just about the same with Johnny as well. Speedy's going to be winning this DRS pretty badly. He needs it to try and keep within that second gap, I think. He's just lost out to the 1 second gap now as well, so he might be under pressure for Hobo. They're only 6/10 of a second behind Speedies. They're coming through turns 1 and 2 here.
He's closed
Speedy riding that curve.
Close a couple of tenths down the start finish with that slipstream. And Donny is opening that gap out more. It's 1.2 now.
Yeah, Speedy's use a lot of ERS as well on those first couple laps. Just thinking with Johnny. Grip looking pretty good for those hard tyres though. You think maybe Hobo would be slipping into the clutches of James L, considering James L's on those mediums, but the tyres look like they're doing pretty good right now. Hobo's doing well.
They're probably just coming into their prime element with those.
Attacking Hepburn.
Those couple of safety cars have extended the medium's overall life, but taken a bit of wear out of them.
Yeah, I think with those couple of safety cars, I thought Carl was going to try and go for a move on Hepburn there, but maybe the hards could extend to a set of softs.
I think they could.
Done like what, 4 or 5 fast laps now, 6 slow laps, and here we go. Carl now around the outside of Hepburn, coming down turn 1, and the job is already done with help of DRS. Now does Hepburn have the pace to stick with Carl, and then kind of reverse the fact now that he's going to have DRS on him, or on Carl instead. Hards are looking good though on lap 10, especially a couple laps after a restart. The hards are looking quite good. Everyone has got hards on. Seems like they've got okay pace.
Moreland is not Moreland, Hobo is closing into Speedy.
He is. Obviously Speedy's not got any DRS, so he won't be getting any of that benefit. So if Hobo keeps the gap similar coming through the rest of the track, he's going to gain it again with those DRS zones. As it is here, it is wide open now, coming down into turn 10.
Gains a 10th, but then loses it on corner entry.
Yeah. He needs to find a way to do this little chicane a little bit better. So then his DRS is going to be more beneficial to help him catch up with Speedy. Maybe try and force Speedy into an error. Something like that, if you can get close enough. He's got the DRS again. He's about 7/10 back. What's the gap going to be as they're coming down to turn 1?
It looks from his telemetry like he's had to resort to auto mode as well.
Is he? Yeah, he's very, very close to Speedy now though. 3/10 of a second. Almost pushing Speedy around that corner. I'm now on the run down to turn 5.
Through the non-corner of 6.
That's it. That's 7 and 8. Oh, this could be a big DRS zone for Hobo. Speedy might have to go defensive here. Hobo's very, very close. As they come around turn 9 now. Exit's pretty good for Hobo. DRS now is wide open. Is he going to shoot to the inside? He does go for it up the inside, down into 10 for Hobo, but he shoots too deep, goes wide, and Speedy retains the position. It did look like Hobo came in there pretty hot.
I half expected him to go in hot after what went on in TTFL and the argument they were having about that.
Yeah. They got some beef still.
Oh, I need to find that meme of you always have to leave space.
I always got to live with a space. Yeah.
Hobo up the inside down towards turn 1. He's got it done.
But Speedy got to try and fight back. Oh, I think Hobo managed to get it done enough there. Nothing much Speedy could do. Good overtake from Hobo. And the gap to Johnny is 1.9 seconds.
Moyland pushing on those mediums, gets the fastest lap and up into 11th after that spin. Still got quite a gap to find to get into the points. Looking to try and get Red Bull's first point of the season. So Hobo and Speedy, then whilst they've been battling, Johnny's opened that gap out in front for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Just a couple attempts to get out in the middle sector there. Speedy's right on the back of Hobo now, and I wonder if he's going to try and do the same that Hobo done to him. Down into turn 1 maybe. Is he going to be close enough though? Has to keep it really close. Who's out
James
there?
has been round through 11. This has dropped him a place down on Carl. He's going to come under pressure from Lister as well as they come into the chicane. Hobo
Speedy's
picks
not
up
close enough.
the fastest lap. James comes into the pits.
The DRS is pretty helpful. Speedy closing them up, but they're both tapped on the RS. Nothing Speedy could do. He had his DRS, did close up, but didn't have the extra power from the ERS. It was too low.
So James's rears on 50%, goes on to the mediums, onto the hard, sorry. So that's the first of the stops on the mediums. So on his tyres looking a lot healthier, 40% all round.
Okay. What are Hobo's on?
Hobo's 34 on the front, 37 and 33 on the rear. Speedy's 40 all round pretty much.
Okay, so the hards wearing a little bit slower, but not. I mean, it does make a massive difference when you get into like the 40s and 50s, but the hards not.
Not lasting as long as
Yeah.
I thought, especially with 2 safety cars, and that's Johnny into the pits. I thought he'd have extended a little.
So obviously, yeah, I think he had a couple of seconds of a gap, right? He's going to come in for a set of hards. He's just thinking, get off those mediums before they degrade too much, I reckon.
So that pushes Hobo up into the lead. Speedy in second, Carl in third, Lister in fourth, Mrs. Carl in fifth, with Frenzy just behind in sixth. Frenzy on the slightly fresher halves. Scarito seventh, Moyland in eighth, is closing in on that pack of three. Johnny's come out in ninth, Zodak's in 10th, James is in 11th and about 11 seconds off of Johnny. And with Hepburn just behind, Womax is in 13th, having just come into the pits as well.
Speedy's struggling to stay with Hobo.
Are we going to see Speedy in this lap? No, he's staying out.
But I don't think he's going to get DRS. He hasn't got it. He has to rely on the slipstream to try and bring him in within that 1 second gap again, which he has done just about, but...
Can the tyres hold on through?
I think the mediums getting into this sort of time, they can be extended, but they're losing a bit too much time, and the hards are kind of coming into their element right about now. They're durable. The hards are really good tyres in this game, to be fair.
Hobo's open 2/10 over just through sector 1.
Yeah, that'll be Speedy's tyres not being too good. They're equally worn, his Speedy's tyres, but they're just equally running out at the same time.
Only really Hobo's rear left that is on 44, the other three are on 40%, so he's got a pretty balanced setup on.
Yeah, the fact that they've won like that definitely is a balanced setup. And Speedy's in. They're always going to come out in comparison to Johnny. Obviously Johnny going off those hards, you have that terrible first lap warming those hards up. But Speedy's about to have that, but has he stayed by staying in the mediums, would he have gained enough to maybe pip him?
James has closed the gap to Zodak, but it's still sitting around the 11-second mark to...
Oh, Speedy's going to beat Johnny out, I think. Oh, it's going to be so close. There's Speedy now. Johnny's up to full speed though. Speedy's going to come across, he's going to have the inside line. And staying out right this very second, that's helped Speedy, and he parks it on the apex and Johnny couldn't get the switch back. Here they come now through turn 3. Johnny's going to go around the outside and just drive himself past Speedy. And it gets the job done, but very close from Johnny. Speedy almost made that payoff.
Speedy's got to go through that pain of the first lap on the hards though.
Yeah, I think if he had a bit more traction, he might have been able to stay in front of Johnny there. Well, his hards on his first lap are just so bad. Turn 9 now, Speedy's letting off, knowing what those tyres are like. Smart move.
Moyland through on Mrs. Cole to take him up into 4th. Those mediums now on 11 laps old. Has it really been 11 laps?
It has been 11 laps since that. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? We're doing lap 18.
Lister in onto a set of mediums. Lister 2 stopping. So Lister started on the mediums, he's gone on to the mediums again.
Okay. Well, it's worth a try, you never know. Boyden is up into 3rd now, Frenzy's in 2nd, but the gap's 14 seconds to Hobo. Hobo's staying out there in hards. I can see Hobo just trying to take him as far as they could possibly go.
I think that is probably the best thing to try and do. If that gap is...
The gap's not really... It's not really dropping, it's kind of staying pretty samey.
He's got a 21-second gap back to Johnny, 23 to Speedy.
But he'd probably fall back out just in front of Speedy if he pitted.
Yeah, it's where what he comes in on. If he comes in, he really extends it and goes for the soft.
Yeah.
He'll have a massive advantage over everyone else at the end. As long as there's not a late safety car just after his stop.
Yeah.
It's the biggest danger we're trying to go long. Although at the same time, if there's a safety car just as he's thinking coming in and is maintaining the gap back to Frenzy, he'll get a free pit stop.
It. Yeah, that's it. See Hobo switching to mediums for the last, I don't know, the next like 8 years.
Yeah, medium. Oh, he's coming in now.
Okay.
He's done 14 race laps on mediums, and everyone who was on the mediums with 2 safety cars was pitting on lap 14.
That's interesting. Okay.
So Frenzy and Moyland are through. Mrs. Cole's going to get through. I think Johnny, he might come out level with... No, he's out in front with Johnny. So the overcuts worked. Can he hold on to that?
He's not gonna suffer too much from like the first lap kind of slow pace that you get with the hards. The mediums heat up a bit quicker, but he's played a bit of a blinder to get back out in front of Johnny though. Moylan's right on the back of Frenzy as well, but Moylan will have to stop again. But if there's another safety car, Moylan's right in this. If there's not, he's going to lose out a lot on the pit stop time.
Moylan's mediums are on 45% with his rear left on 50.
Yeah.
But he has been pushing. He's been pushing those to get through the pack. If he can clear Frenzy this time around and build a bit of a buffer. They're not going to get to the end, but he needs to get into clear air.
This has got to be it now. Up the inside of Frenzy, going down to turn 1 for Moyland. Needs to make this stick. And does so far. That's an important overtake of this phase of the Grand Prix, especially on how up his tyres are. Ovo's got past.
Mrs. Cole dragging those mediums out, those hards. Zodak's into the pits and picks up a penalty on pit entry.
Hobo has... actually, the gap between Hobo and Johnny... Wait, what happened to Johnny there? I swear Johnny was only like 4/10 of a second behind this car, and now he's like 8 seconds.
And he's got Speedy right on the back of him again.
He's had a little wobble, hasn't he? Definitely a little wobble. That's put the gap between, so Hobo 2 seconds behind this car. Yeah, so he lost about 2 seconds there. That little wobble, whatever happened to him. Speedy's right there. Carl as well, those pretty fresh mediums. I mean, 4 lap mediums.
He's putting Speedy under pressure. That's going to distract Speedy from this battle, trying to keep with Johnny in front.
Yeah. Hobo's just the new fastest lap of the race, 1:19.8 on those medium tyres. I mean, Hobo could be looking good for a race win at this stage of the Grand Prix. He's technically provisional pole, provisional winner. done 16 laps on those mediums. I reckon he's going to long that out, go for a set of softs. I reckon
He's got to.
a lap or two. If he feels pretty confident on them, another lap or two, maybe get it down to like 8 laps left. And then come in for a set of softs possibly. Can't be very, very quick at the end, but again, he's going to lose. Oh, he's going to be down. It's quite close. From like this car all the way down to a car, it's so close. Car and Speedy there. You got Speedy kind of pushing Johnny and Carl's pushing Speedy. I think Moylan would lose out probably and come up behind Lister.
It's how quick Johnny, Speedy and Kyle can clear Mrs. Carl.
Yeah. Which isn't an easy feat. Oh
Ooh,
no!
Speedy losing it out.
Speedy,
There's a cane there. It's dropped him behind Kyle. He'll still get the DRS.
He will be fuming though. That might make him drive a bit worse. That might have put him off a little bit. He won't be happy.
So Johnny's cleared Mrs. Carl.
That's big for him, but the gap between to him and Hobo, 5.3 seconds.
And Hobo's
That's a big gap.
mediums are going to be faster at this point.
Yeah.
He's got to find 6 seconds in 10 laps. I think it's going to be close for the win. If Hobo can keep it clean.
Yeah, I mean Hobo doesn't even really, unless he catches up to the back of Frenzy really quickly, he doesn't really need to battle. I mean, I can see Frenzy, I can't see Frenzy trying to get another 10 laps up those tyres. But he could. Oh, Speedy. So that was Carl getting past Mrs. Carl. I thought Speedy had another little bit of a wobble at the back, but don't think he has. Lister is literally pushing him around this final corner. I think Lister's going to try and have a go down into turn 1. DRS wide open, but Speedy's got that assistance as well. He's going for it.
Inside.
Oh no! And yeah, that was a bit. There wasn't really that gap there. Speedy left him a little bit of tarmac, but not quite a car's width. I don't think that that lunge up the inside is quite on there for Lister. It was almost there. Ivo now
a
within.
little bit too optimistic from Lister, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's just one thing. You can ride that curb quite a lot and kind of get over onto like the grassy side of it, but you're pretty much always going to be facing that sort of that end product there. Oh, it's a sector 2. Who's that? That looks like, is that Hepburn? It is Hepburn. He's lost his front nose cone. Oh no, this could be awful for
It's
Hobo.
a full safety car.
A full safety car. That saves Moyland. Oh my days, that saves Moyland and Frenzy. This guy's killed Hobo though. Hobo had a really good strategy there.
Frenzy's in. Hobo's coming in.
Yeah, he's
got to go for soft.
Everyone will be in. Everyone will be in here. It might have scuppered his Hobo chances of the race win though, because everyone will be coming in now. Moyland will be on a set of fresh soft tyres and in the lead of the race.
Donny's gone medium.
Ooh, okay. Don't think that's a good shout.
Kyle's gone medium. Mrs. Kyle's gone medium. Speedy's gone soft. Lister's gone soft.
Oh, screw it, I'm picking up a 5-second penalty for speeding there.
Womax has stayed out. James has gone medium. Hepburn's going medium and a new wing. Scarito's gone soft. So
It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? It's a bit of a mixed bag between like the mediums and the softs.
Softs are going to have the pace off the restart.
Yeah, I know they burn out quickly around here, but you can literally just put her around behind the safety car because they warm up so fast. You can just put her around, literally put very little wear on them. Don't even need to weave on them or anything like that. Just drive really cautiously behind the safety car, and then put a little bit of warmth into them as you come in, literally through the final sector, to be fair.
Just ride your brake a little round the lap and it'll put the heat in it.
So Moyland, after his little spin and his little excursion off the track, is now leading this race on lap 25 of 33.
AlphaTauri running second and third.
Yeah, good chunk of team points there.
Sort of. It shows the end of the AlphaTauri curse that seems to have affected GP1.
Well, the race ain't over yet, mate. It might carry over still.
Well, it's just based on performance. AlphaTauri are right up there in constructors. They're sitting in second with 207 points, and GP1 we're down in 8th or 9th. Last season I was in the Williams in GP1 and was picking up points every race. This season, same game, everything the same, but different team. I think I've finished 3 out of the 12 races we've done, and one of those I got classified even though I DNF'd on the penultimate lap.
Fair enough. You got classified, eh?
Still got classified, so it doesn't go down as another DNF.
Yeah, that's it. I can see the safety car coming in again at the end of this lap. It does always late calls. I mean, Scorio's a little bit off the back, but it won't take long for him to catch up to the back of the pack here.
They'll be on the back by the time they're down into 10. It normally gets called at the end of sector 2, but
yeah,
it does
Scorio's
seem
slowed down.
It's
Go back up again now. The gap went for Scoria from 8 seconds to about 8.9 seconds. Maybe he's trying to force another lap on the safety car, but he's on softs for Scoria. He doesn't really want to do that. There he goes. Safety car in this lap. And there we go, all the soft runners now weaving about, getting some heat in there. Warner doesn't want another spin at the start.
top 5 all pretty much on the same tyre temps. The rears, they all seem to be struggling to get the temp into. He's going late. Very late.
Still weaving. Frenzy's not buying into it though. Frenzy, he's gone there. He did catch him out as well. Frenzy wasn't even weaving and he's just hammer down and caught Frenzy out. And Hobo, Frenzy's actually, Hobo got the back pretty closer. So Morning there, decent restart from Morning. Did catch Frenzy out. Manages to keep his first position so far. Hobo's right there as well. Put some pressure on Frenzy, but he's got Johnny there on those medium tyres. But I think for these first couple of laps, these softs are going to be very, very fast. Got James Al and Mrs. Carl fighting it out, but James Al does get the job done. Yeah, he's managed to make it stick. We've got a Hepburn and Womack's fighting it out as well. It's looking a bit feisty there, but and these medium runners here in between kind of the soft runners. You've got Womack's in the set of softs, and you've got 3 people kind of more mediums. Because Womack's had the pace to challenge Hepburn, Miss Carl and James.
Speedy needs to try and get the move done on Kyle.
Yes, very soon.
Tyre advantage.
The gap is just hit over a second now between Molin and Frenzy. Oh, it's just dipped under again. Right, it's back up there. Jesus Christ. That's a good little gap. Molin's going to want to keep that second. Fastest lap from Molin as well, 119. It shows how the pace of those softs. Hobo isn't dropping Johnny though.
Hobo.
Yeah, he really is. Hobo's just dropped a little bit back from Frenzy. And he's proper sticking with him, and Carl's there as well for good measure. You've literally got like the top 6 here, all kind of pulled away. Oh, that's okay. That's Lister in the pits. Okay, that's all right.
It surprises me that Lister's decided to call it a day already. I know we're only 5 laps from the end, but I thought he'd stick it out to the end, see if he could just grab a couple of points.
Maybe he thought it wasn't worth it and he was completely down and out. You can definitely see where the softs have the advantage.
He was quite a way off the pack as well. I'm wondering if he'd had a moment of picked up and...
Yeah.
Kyle losing it a little out of the final
Speedy's
chicane.
The neck and neck going down his back straight. Speedy's just started to pull ahead now. And Sugar the job going into turn 1.
Zodak's out.
Oh
So
no, is this going to be...
It is another safety car.
Another safety car. Oh, man. Okay.
Everyone's
It's going to be a quick one though.
It is. But I think everyone's going to be in for a new set of softs if they've got them.
You reckon? It's a tough call at this stage because it's one of those. It's like if Moylan Frenzy Hobo pit, Johnny doesn't. Are they going to have the pace to, with like maybe 2 laps? Are they going to have the pace to get past them? I mean, they'll have the traction, but the straight line speed down there where they want to get the job done, is that going to happen? Hard to tell. Or you go for the softs and have the restart. I mean, Moylan doesn't have much to lose, right? Because if Frenzy pits and Hobo pits, he'll have Johnny behind him. And Moylan will still be on those soft set of tyres in the lead and be able to control the restart.
And so you're not going to have DRS at the end of it. By the time they pick up safety car, that's going to be lap 30. It's going to be 1 lap on the safety car.
Yeah. Oh, he tried duping. Well, he tried the little pit dupe there, but didn't catch anyone out, and I think everyone is staying out here. Yeah, I think it's too risky. Like you say, they're not going to have DRS. It's not going to really work. Anyone, Scaria decided to pit, but Scaria kind of has nothing to lose. Hepburn's pit as well.
Hepburn's carrying damage. He's got wing damage and...
and a 5-second penalty now.
He's retired. He's got the floor damage as well. He got caught up.
Okay.
I think him and Zodak must have tangled. Either Zodak lost it and he's just come across Zodak's stricken car, or they've gone
very possible.
side by side and took damage. So everyone who's still running has got their telemetry on. So I think everyone in GP2 has telemetry on.
So we're going to get one more lap out of the safety car. I mean, I think Scaria is a bit too far behind for it to call it in now.
Yeah,
Could
it's
happen.
only just picked him up. But then, I've seen it do that before.
Yeah, I've seen it come in literally as it's about to turn, like, come into the chicane before, so I've seen it's coming in, so nothing will surprise me. I do think it's going to do another lap though. Ritter's in the back. Surely going to be another lap now.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay, so there's not going to be any DRS for anyone here. If they're going to get the job done, they're going to have to get it done. Just some pure grip and pace and absolute cojones diving down into somebody one of the corners. We're doing that last lap. I'm going to put the kettle on in the break.
bother being this time around. Scarito could be one to watch on that Fricker soft. So there we are. Safety lap called. Safety lap? Safety car in this lap.
This could be quite an exciting couple laps, to be fair. I do like a late safety car when I'm not involved in the race.
Not a major difference wear-wise between the softs and the mediums.
No, it'll just be the fall off, won't it? But I think they've not had much wear. They've had, you know, quite a few slow laps behind it. Well, there's 2 safety cars on these softs technically, so I think they're going to be fine to the end. When's one going to go this time? Same.
Oh, he went early,
a bit back
but he lost the back end.
He did, but I still think
he got the jump on Frenzy.
He still has, and Frenzy's under pressure from Hobo. Hobo slipstreaming Frenzy all the way down. We know it's going to have to be a lunge, but Hobo's, is he going to go for it? He thought about it. Frenzy's still going to fall for those little mind games though.
He's not, but Frenzy's not one to defend drastically
and Hobo's,
hard.
Oh, he had a little wiggle, but he's still up the inside, coming up up into turn 4. And it's still there, side by side. Hobo's got the right line here, but is Frenzy going to... Again, no, and Hobo's done him. Lovely overtake from Hobo there. And this is all praise to Moreland's hand as well.
Frenzy yielded a bit there, which works great for Hobo. He's now got Frenzy as a blocker on Donny Stokes behind.
That's it. Moreland will be loving this. These guys squabbling when there's only going to be like a 1 and not even a quarter. Yes. Johnny's got a bit of pace though. Frenzy is falling back a little bit from Hobo. Don't think. So is Hobo going to gain enough here to try and maybe give a shot at Moylan at some stage?
Frenzy looking a little twitty out of the final corner.
Maybe didn't get the heat into his tyres. Maybe he just didn't get... Oh, I thought Frenzy was just going to go absolute Wiley Cyrus on him there. Just fucking come straight in there like a wrecking ball. He didn't. Still there. I don't know if Johnny will have the tyres underneath him to challenge these soft runners up here. Unless there's a little wiggle or a mistake. Speedy might be able to get a little go at Johnny possibly. He's there or thereabouts, and you've got Kyle on the back of James out as well, but they're on the same tyres. So this will just come down to pure pace.
Speedy needs to get right up on the back of Johnny out of this corner to get the drag down to 10, but I don't think he's close enough.
Yeah, he's another 1 8 tenths back. Hobo is 1.4, almost 1.5 now behind Moyland. Moyland's got a nice little cruise here, they're literally into the final sector. Moyland's about to hit turn 13. 14 and 15, and Moylan. I didn't want to jinx it, but every time I watch Moylan, he always does well.
Yeah, you are known as his lucky charm. Hobo gives it a weave over the line.
Really good race from Hobo there. I mean, to be fair, kind of got cut out of the wind.
The AI of Hobo just giving Moylan a tap up the arm.
Love tap. That's it. So Moylan there, with his little good luck charm watching, managed to pick up a win after an awful race really, but had some really good pace in the second period of the race there to get him up into that position, and that safety car came out and kind of ruined Hobo, but helped Frenzy and Moylan out massively, and nothing Johnny could really do on those mediums, I don't think.
No, they...
Maybe he didn't have a new set, but don't you always get a new set? I can't remember on this game. It's been a while.
No, your softs get used during quali, so you carry over your...
Yeah, that's it.
The 3 you get in quali, you get an extra set for Q3 if you get in. And I think Johnny went with the harder strategy to take 2 sets of hards. because he ran the hards in quali. So
maybe he didn't have that option then.
Moylan takes the win.
Yep.
Hobo in second. Frenzy in third. This is probably one of the first podiums this season without an Aston Martin on it. Johnny in fourth. Speedy picks up fifth. James in sixth. Carl in seventh. Womax in eighth. Scarito in ninth. Mrs. Cole picks up 10th. And then your non-finishers were Hepburn, Zodak, Lister, Scotty, Demon and Evan. Oh, I don't need to screenshot because they're all on the stream.
Oy.
But that was definitely an interesting race.
The safety cars really shook it up, to be fair, and made it really interesting towards it. I mean, it didn't. The last one could have easily not happened, but it also kind of helped Hobo. It unsettled Frenzy a bit.
It did. It gave Hobo the chance to jump that extra position that he'd lost out on the previous safety car, where he looked like he was a shoe-in for the win.
That's it. Yeah, I think if the other two safety cars didn't come out, or if the third one didn't but the fourth one did, I think Hobo might have been in better stead there. But as it happens, that's not how it played out. But he still got second, and he can't. I think he should be pretty pleased with that.
Oh, I think he will be. I'm fairly sure when we jump on the chat with him in a minute, he'll be over the moon. But I'm going to end the stream there, well, in a moment. Just run you through the upcoming Dexterous Esports stream schedule. So tomorrow night we've got the F2 Saturday League, which is commentated by Nevo, who's joined me tonight. Thank you for jumping in. So that'll be on Nevo's Twitch channel, which is Nevo Gaming. Give that a watch. The F2 races are great fun. There's some really
first one was very good
battles. And
the first one was actually non-stop action the whole way through, to be fair.
It's one-shot quali and 100% races this week, isn't it?
It is gone for a different format because because you don't get because you only get one set of tyres. It generally the half hour is kind of wasted because you either go out there try and put a good time in and you can't really improve that much unless you do a really bad first lap. So
that's one-shot quali and then 100% sprint race, 100% feature race, and they're at Jeddah. So that's a good track for F2. There's no ERS. There's plenty of DRS, and the cars are all spec. There's no fuel limit, fuel load changes. Tyres are restricted to what the game gives you, and it's preset setups as well. So you have to pick your setup out of the 5 that the game gives you. So that's going to make it interesting, especially around Saudi. Then Monday we are back with Rapid Pixel Racing GP1. You've got my driver POV, which will probably be 5 laps in a DNF. Comstream on Hobo's Twitch. Tuesday and Wednesday, Hobo will be hosting the DXT Premier League games. And then Friday, back for TTFL Tier 1 on my stream, which is the Twitch you're watching now. And Moyland will be hosting the Tier 2 stream. And I've just realised that's not actually on that screen that everyone can see. And then back again at about 10:30 for GP2 on Friday. But thank you everyone for watching. If you've not already done it, hit that follow button and you'll get notified when I'm live, because I will also be streaming iRacing. It's always good for a giggle. Jump in, watch me either get absolutely destroyed or have a few interesting incidents. It's well worth a watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next week.
Bye.